Hey all of you. So we'll start reproduction of plants today, and I think we can make that thing in just one video only, so that you don't have to go many times for searching for videos and watching videos part 1, part 2. Very haphazard, right? So we have learned pollination. That means we have learned the first 2 steps of plant reproduction, right? And now we will learn the third and the fourth step of plant reproduction in this chapter only. Okay, so reproduction in plants is our topic today. How do plants reproduce after pollination? So before I want to say you some points, that the third step is fertilization and the fourth step is germination. You have heard about germination before, but you haven't heard about fertilization, right? So today I will teach you fertilization and germination in details. Okay, so in sexual reproduction, I have taken a blank slide, you can see. Okay, in sexual reproduction, 2 parents are involved in producing a new individual. Now there are 3 types of reproduction. First I am going to say, those 3 types are, I am writing in a different color: asexual reproduction, vegetative propagation, check your book for the spellings, okay, and sexual reproduction. These 3 types. Okay, so today we will learn mainly about the sexual reproduction, but we will learn about this asexual and vegetative propagation also, but not in much details. You have in class 8. Okay, these 2 in details you have in class 8. So let me now erase all this ink. Okay, now in plants, embryo formed is as a result of sexual reproduction present inside the seed. Now you have seen the embryo, I have shown you in the last in pollination chapter, but how is it formed we are going to learn today. Okay, so under the favorable conditions, right, soil, right. Now if suppose the embryo is already formed, the embryo is there, it's formed, but you need them to become a plant. So the embryo needs to become a plant. So how can it be done? How can an embryo turn into a plant? If you give the right amount of soil, you give the right amount of water, you give the right amount of sunlight, you need to give the right amount of air, and you need to give the and these are the 4 things that you need to give to your plant. Okay, and see, germinates. Now this process is called germination. Okay, to develop into a seedling or a young plant. Now it's ready to grow. To avoid growing close to each other, seeds need to disperse, but that nature will do in its own way. We'll only learn, we'll not do any kind of dispersal. Nature will do that. Agents like wind, water and animals help to disperse seed. See, nature will do that. New plants can also grow from vegetative parts like stems, roots and leaves. Now when anything grows from stem or roots or leaves, then you call it vegetative propagation. Okay, this is vegetative propagation. Okay, so now then you have plants like mint, strawberry, sugarcane and rose can be grown by stem cutting. So one type of vegetative propagation is stem cutting, and you have already heard the examples. Mint, strawberry, sugarcane and rose can be grown by this process. Next, the thing that we have is terms to know. So very important. First of all, reproduction. Plant usually performs sexual reproduction. I'll take a red ink, dark red. Okay, plants usually perform sexual reproduction. Okay, next, sexual reproduction. Now reproduction, what does it mean? Two plants, the process of multiplying living organisms, the process by which living organisms are produce new living organisms, is known as reproduction. Plant reproduction I am showing. Okay, next you have sexual reproduction. See the diagram very carefully. 2 parents involved in producing a new individual. Now how will plant get parents? The pollination we talked about, a male and a female, that together produce a new plant. Okay, So first of all, what do you have? Let me just show you. You have meiosis. First of all, meiosis is a type of cell division. You have learnt about cells. Cells divide. Okay, cells divide. So meiosis is a form of cell division in which the chromosome is not duplicated but it divides. Okay, you will learn about this in the next class. Chromosome is a particular thing which is present inside the nucleus of a cell that carries all the genetic hereditary properties. Okay. So after meiosis, it goes to do fertilization. Okay, gamete formation, and in between you are having pollination. Mark. Next you are having fertilization. So if you are having fertilization, they will join and form the same type of chromosome pair. Then you will have a seed which is to be grown. Okay. So next we have gametes. Male and female individual cells are known as gametes. Together if they are formed, then they are known as zygote. But when they are individually formed, they are known as gametes. Okay. This is your picture. Next you have fertilization. So I'll explain to you in more details in the next slide. But for now, you just click on the picture. Okay, fertilization, the fusion of male and female gametes. Next we have the zygote. When a male and female gamete fertilizes together, they form a zygote. And let me how can I show you the zygote? Yeah, you see this? This kind of zygote. Okay, this is a kind of zygote. Okay, don't take this pic, very bad. Okay, embryo. The multicellular structure formed as a result of cell division in the zygote is known as embryo. Taking you to this picture, this is an embryo. Okay, this rods are and this rods and this thing is the embryo. Okay, and I'll highlight it. These things, this whole part. Okay. Next thing which you have is the germination. The process by which a seed develops into a seedling is known as germination. This is germination. Okay, you can say the step-by-step procedure. Next we have dispersal. Dispersal, I already told you what is it. See, dispersal by wind, dispersal by water. Okay. Next we have vegetative propagation. So what is that? I'll tell you right now. Using plant cuttings to produce plants from existing part. I already told you about stem cutting. See, cuttings of plants are being taken and they are planted, and again another plant grows. Okay. So that's what is vegetative propagation. Now next we have pollination. Fertilization. Now I'll explain to you in detail. The pollen grain. I have explained to you pollination. Now it's time for me to explain you fertilization. The pollen grains form on the stigma. You can see. Okay. To produce a tube, they produce a tube called pollen tube. Now the pollen tube competes. Okay. It competes for growth. Okay. It competes. This pollen tube wins and it finally comes to the ovule. So let me show you in language. The tube carries the male gamete. Now pollen grain is not a male gamete. Pollen is a male gamete. So the pollen tube contains the pollen grain to the male gamete. Okay. Next, the ovule is present wherever it is. Ovule contains the female gamete. The male gamete combines with the female gamete to produce a new cell called zygote. Now it fuses and forms a zygote. Okay. The process of combining male and female gametes is known as fertilization. So once again I am telling you in detail. The pollen grain lands on a stigma. Through the style it produces a pollen tube. The pollen tube carries the male gametes, which is the pollen. Okay. And then it lands up here, which is it lands up in the ovary. and you have all the female gametes here, the egg cells, and the male gamete fuses with the female gamete, fertilization takes place and zygote is formed. Okay, very simple. You can just take a picture of this thing, but I will erase first of all. Wait. First of all, I'll erase this ink. Now take. Very simple and very important also the drawing. Take a pic. 1, 2, 3 over. Next you have germination. Now I'll teach you germination, okay, right now. Okay, so first I want to say that in favorable conditions, I already told you conditions. What are the conditions? I already told you. The seed coat breaks, okay, becomes soft and spongy, and then it breaks out. At this stage, the seed coat is breaking. See the seed coat breaks. And comes out the seed. Okay, it obtains food firstly, means the food is given from the parent plant to it. Okay, and then it is formed from the soil. Then it takes food from the soil. When it is able to take food from the soil, the seedling develops, and roots and shoots. Roots are, you can see, root and shoot is developed. Root and shoot is developed from the seedling itself. Okay, so and the shoot grows above the ground while and produces leaves and branches, while the root goes under the ground to absorb soil, water and soil and food for the plant. Okay, so this was my video. You can take a snapshot, but before that, just wait. Okay, I'll erase everything before that. See, take this snapshot, very important. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so done. This was our video. Thank you so much. Bye.